Hi all, this is Rahul Today we'll be looking into Trojan and ProRat. A Trojan horse or a Trojan is a type of malicious code or software that looks legitimate but can take control of your computer. So that is, by looking at it, you feel that it is a legitimate software or something. It can be delivered in different means, like for example in mail, you can see the attachment and everything looks very legitimate. You download it and when you open it, the hidden exe file gets executed. That can cause in your computer being controlled by the attacker. It is basically designed to damage, disrupt, steal, or do some other malicious activities on your data or network. So Trojan acts like a bona fide application or a file to trick you. It deceives you into loading and executing the malware on your device. That is, you execute the malware without even knowing it, and because of the execution of the malware, your computer is compromised. Once installed, a Trojan can perform the action it was designed for. Viruses can execute and replicate themselves, but a Trojan cannot. User has to execute Trojans. That is, the user interaction is very much required in it. It cannot simply replicate and execute by themselves. Okay, now we can look into some common types of Trojans. Okay, we can see what backdoor Trojan is. This Trojan can create a backdoor in a computer or a product. So that is, a backdoor means that usually if you have to log into a system, there are certain mechanisms that has to be followed, like normal authentication or some other methods. But a backdoor is something through which the attacker can simply bypass all these activities and access your computer directly. It lets an attacker access your computer and control it. Backdoor Trojan is basically a remote attack. Then comes the distributed denial of service attack Trojan. This Trojan performs DDoS attacks. The idea is to take down a network by flooding it with traffic. That traffic comes from your infected computers and others. Okay, the distributed denial of service means that from large number of systems, distributed system, what happens is that multiple request is being sent in such a way that the legitimate user won't be able to access the service. So that is the denial of service attack. Then comes the downloader Trojan. This Trojan targets your already infected computer. It downloads and installs new versions of malicious program. These can include Trojan and adwares. So once your computer is compromised, then using this we can download and install newer versions of malicious program, and basically it includes Trojan and adware. Okay, then we have fake AV Trojan. So this Trojan is like it behaves like a proper antivirus software. It demands money to detect and remove threats. Okay, so what happens is that it will be properly working as an antivirus software. That is, we can do the scanning and detect and also remove the threats. But the thing is that we don't know whether the threat analysis that it's doing by scanning is that real or fake, which is not known. Then the game thief Trojan. These kind of Trojans are basically for the online gamers, and this is used to steal the account information of those gamers. Then info stealer Trojan is there. As it sounds, this Trojan is after data on your infected computer. That is, it is basically focused on the data that is present in your computer. Then mail finder Trojan. It is to steal the email addresses that you have accumulated on your device. So different email addresses can be stolen by using this Trojan device. Then comes the ransom Trojan. This Trojan seeks a ransom to undo damage it has done on your computer. This can include blocking your data or impairing your computer's performance. So it is like using the Trojan, your data has been encrypted, or your computer's performance has been affected, and the attacker will ask the victim for a huge ransom amount to undo the damage. That is, once the money gets paid, the attacker either decrypts the provides the key to the victim so that he can decrypt and get the data back, but always a huge amount of money is being asked by the attacker in such kind of ransom trojan. Okay, next we can see ProRat. What is ProRat? ProRat is a Microsoft Windows based backdoor trojan, more commonly known as remote administrative tool. We have learnt about the backdoor trojan earlier. So ProRat is a backdoor trojan, means it helps to create a backdoor. ProRat opens a port on the computer which allows the client to perform numerous operations on the server, the machine being controlled. Here the server is the machine being controlled by the attacker. So it uses a port that allows client to perform various different kinds of operations on server. It has both a free and paid version. In the free version, ProRat cannot connect to wide area network, only over LANs. Then ProRat, the main aim is to collect the personal information from users. Okay, then we can see what are the different malicious actions that can be performed on the victim machine. Passwords can be stolen. Okay, we can gain full control over files. Drives can be formatted. The CD tray can be opened or closed. Funny activities like hiding of the taskbar, the desktop icons and start buttons can be performed. Then you can write on the screen. Movement of the cursor can be controlled. You can capture a video from webcam. Then you can steal the personal information. Always you can see what the victim is typing by logging keystrokes. Download and run files. We can download and run files. You can take the current screenshot of the victim to understand what actually he is doing at the current time. Then it also helps us to view the system information of the victim system. Okay, then we can see the method. ProRat has a server creator with features that allow it to be undetected by antivirus and firewall software. And it also allows it to stealthily run in the background. That is a server creator. ProRat has a server creator with certain features that makes it difficult for the antivirus to detect it. Okay, and also it runs in the background. That is, the victim doesn't know that something is running in the background. Then software runs completely in Windows 2000 or XP, and such features include killing security software, removing and disabling system restore points, and displaying a fake error message to mislead the victims. So here the killing security software, the security software can be killed, it can be removed, and also the system restore points can be disabled. We can also display fake error messages misleading the victims. Okay, then normally it is bound with other file types such as image files, and when image file is viewed, the server is installed in the background. So normally, as we know that Trojan is exe file. So what happens is that this particular exe file will be bound to the image file or any other text file or something, and once the image is viewed by the victim, the server gets installed in the background. It is undetected if no antivirus software has been installed. When the image is viewed, and at that time server gets installed only if no antivirus software has been installed. So always it's important to have an antivirus in your system. Okay, thank you. Now we can look into a ProRat demo. For that, let me start the virtual machine. We'll be using Windows 7, and we'll be trying to gain access of the Windows XP machine in the virtual box itself. Windows is starting, XP is also starting. This ethical hacking has 5 steps in it, and which includes the first step is gathering of the information or reconnaissance. So here the information about the victim machine is gathered. Then comes the scanning stage. After that, gain access. The attacker tries to gain access of the victim machine. Then comes maintaining access, and finally clearing of the tracks. So this Trojan comes as a part of maintaining access. Okay, see here we have the ProRat folder. I'm going to execute the ProRat. Okay, so here you can see the ProRat. This 510 will be the code that we'll be using in order to gain the access to the victim system. Okay, so first what we do is that we'll be creating a server. So we are going to create a ProRat server. Okay, so here we can see that the server password is 123456. Okay, now if we want we can always take this melt server on install. Once the server is installed, it gets deleted, the file. Okay, we can also provide a fake error message. Okay, now next we'll bind the file. Okay, we can either bind the server with a image file or even a text file. Okay, so here we'll be using this readme text file. Okay, the server will bind with readme text. Okay, then we can see that server extension we are using exe. Okay, that's it, and we'll be creating the server. Okay, now we can see that the binder server has been created with your settings in the current directory. So current directory is the ProRat directory itself. So we'll look into it. Okay, see, we can see the binder server has come here. Okay, we can just rename it as sample. Okay, now this is the thing that I'll be putting it into the victim machine, and that we can put through a shared folder. We can put it through shared folder. I have a shared folder here. I'll be copying this file here. Okay, the sample has been copied, and I'll be going to the victim machine, that is the Windows XP. Okay, so here also we are the same shared folder. So what I'll do is that I'll get into the shared folder. Okay, shared folder, yes. I'll check for the file sample. Yes, sample is here. Okay, I'll copy it here. Okay, now see here the sample looks like a normal file. So when you double click on it, we can see that it has opened up as an normal software, normal text file, but in background this item has been the exe that we created, server has been executed. Okay, now what we do is that from the attacker machine we'll go here and we'll try to connect. So this is the IP which I have already put. This is the IP of the victim machine, that is Windows XP. We can check it. Okay, IP config. Okay, see 192.168.1.15. Okay, so here also I have put it. Then what we do is that we'll click on this connect. See the password earlier I showed that it was set to 123456, and we can click OK. Okay, so once you click on OK, we can see that it is connected. It is connected. Now since it is connected, we will be able to do many different things in Windows XP through ProRat. Okay, we can see like there are different things that we can do. Okay, we can check the PC info. When we click on the system information, we will get the information of the Windows XP. Okay, that is, we can see it, the victim devices Windows XP. More information can be gained from it. CPU speed and other things and all we can identify, we can get from the system information thing. Then we can do some funny stuffs. Okay, for example, like if I try click on these are the desktop icons. Okay, so if I click hide desktop icons, those icons will get hidden. See, now we don't see any desktop icons. Similarly, what we can do is that here you see the start button. If I click on hide start button, that start button of the Windows XP machine will get hidden. See, now the user won't be able to do anything. Similarly, we can hide the taskbar. When we hide the taskbars, the entire taskbar is hidden. A user won't be able to do anything here again. Okay, then we can do different stuffs like we can actually make the mouse go crazy. Look, the mouse is going crazy and we are not able to do anything. Like we can see nothing we can do. Okay, similarly we can also flip the screen. Okay, see, when I clicked on the flip screen in the ProRat machine, the screen in the victim device appeared upside down. Okay. These are some of the funny stuffs that we have done, but some of the major stuffs that can be done I'll show you, like for example clipboard. Okay, so like for example I'm creating a new text file. Okay, and I'm typing something like for example some personal information like name or some ID which is very important. Okay, now for example I have copied this. Okay, since I copied, the paste will work. Okay, now here I am trying to read what's stored in the clipboard. So when I click on read, I can see Rajat followed by the ID or some number that I have copied. So these like this information can be accessed. Clipboard information can be accessed. Now if you are clearing it, okay, from here I am clearing it. Okay, once cleared, then in the victim machine, if victim tries to paste, he won't be able to paste because that has been cleared already. Okay, similarly what we can do is that we can also capture the screenshot. Okay, we can also capture the screenshot. Okay, so when I am clicking on screenshot, that particular screenshot will be captured, and in open image directory we can see the screenshot. See, it is the same screenshot that has been captured. Rajat with the some ID number that has been provided. So like this in ProRat many different things can be tried. Okay, so this is one of the way how ProRat can be used to create a backdoor in the victim machine. So now whenever the victim machine is active, the attacker can simply maintain the access through this backdoor without actually going through the authentication and other usual procedures that has to be done. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you.